In 1980, Myrtle Beach got a Hogan. He turned out to be a hero for the community. Meet him, coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at Puckett, Scheetz, and Hogan, the Grand Strand's largest independent insurance agency on 21st Avenue North in Myrtle Beach. We're focused on community involvement, and we're visiting with its co-owner, Mike Hogan. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, Greg. How are you?
Thanks so much for letting us in this morning. This is tremendous. We enjoyed so much being here yesterday, and obviously all week we got some tremendous guests in.
Pretty early for me, too.
It is. You're not, obviously y'all open up normally at 8, so you're kind
Right.
enough to let us in an hour early.
Yeah, I'm normally here at 7:30, but this is just a little earlier. But that's okay.
I love it. I love it. Are you an early riser?
Oh, yeah.
You are?
Quarter till 6 every day.
Is that right? Get a lot done in the morning.
Try to.
Yeah. It's so great. You know, you all have been around a good while. How long has Puckett, Scheetz, and Hogan been in the Myrtle Beach area?
We started this company in 1980. We actually had business here with Myrtle Beach Farms and Myrtle Beach Lumber prior to that, and with Chicora, and then we actually opened an office in 1980, and I came down to open the office. So it was February of 28 years ago.
Is that right? Are you originally from the area, Mike?
I'm from Old Fort, North Carolina, which is close to Billy Graham. It's 10 miles from Monterey. It's 10 miles from Black Mountain,
Right.
which is up there in the mountains. And it's 12 miles from the new Tiger Wood golf course site.
Get down.
If people don't know where that is.
Back up there, yeah.
And it's 25 miles from Asheville, and then maybe about 15 miles from Lake Lure, Chimney Rock, in that area. Small town, 750 people.
You
So.
still have family up there, Mike?
No, my mom actually lives here, and my brother works with us here.
Great, good.
But I went to one school for 12 years, grades 1 through 12, so that was kind of interesting.
Right? In that same town of around 750?
That's right.
How many kids, if you've got a town of 750, how many kids can attend a school like that?
Well, 1 through 12, it was I think about 900.
Oh, okay, so pretty good size.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, when you add all the grades, you don't have to have that many.
Right.
That's 75 kids per grade, and our graduating class was, I think, 75.
So they brought some kids in from adjacent towns at some level. I mean, if it's a town that small, it's...
Well, when they consolidated all the schools in our county, we still only had one high school.
Is that
So
right?
it's a small county.
Yeah. Did you attend college in the upstate?
Yeah, I
or
went
you stayed
I went to Furman and finished there in 1972, and I played on the golf team there for 4 years.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So you traveled around to all over, I guess, the southeast for the country?
Yeah, those were the good old days. I just didn't realize how much fun we were having.
So that kept you in the upstate, and obviously the opportunity.
Yeah, when I finished Furman, I ended up staying in Greenville, and rather than go in the golf business, a friend of mine asked me to go in the insurance business, and I started in 72, and so I've been, 2007, so
5 years, yeah.
It's starting to add up, yeah.
I know.
And this would be my 35th college reunion coming up in November.
Right. Did you ever think about actually getting into golf as a profession?
I think everybody did when they were pretty good, but in retrospect, I'm really glad I didn't,
Right.
because the benefits of being a professional golfer, you've got to be really at the top of your game to do well.
All the time.
All the time.
Right.
And it's really hard these days. There are so many good players. Not many people think about that, but those who actually compete, you read in the Sun News, our local players, I mean, it's like a journeyman's deal, unless you're somebody like Tiger Woods or somebody,
yeah, sure.
But that's a whole different ball game.
That's fascinating. So coming down in 1980, I think you said you came down and actually opened, so you were with a firm there in an agency in the upstate.
Puckett, Scheetz, and Hagler was the name of the company, and that was the name of our company here, and then Hagler left in the second year, and we renamed the company Puckett, Scheetz, and Hogan. And then I was made president of the company, I think, that year. And then in 1989, about this time, as a week before Hurricane Hugo, I bought out Puckett and Scheetz, and we left the company name the same. That was part of our deal. So we never changed the name. So that was Yeah, that was a week before Hugo hit. That was kind of a tense time for me.
I bet it was. My God, how did you get the deal closed? That's right. I mean,
we closed a week before the storm hit. We didn't know the storm was coming.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. That's fascinating. You know, there's so many great things that have gotten in. And when we talk about community involvement, can't think of many people that are as involved, obviously, with your involvement in Sertoma. So many other tremendous groups recently helping the Capitol campaign at First Presbyterian Church for their amazing new facility that'll be fully cropping up there on Grissom Parkway. What enables you, or what is it about Sertoma that got you particularly involved, Mike?
Well, pretty much to go back to the beginning, when I was in high school, my dad was a Rotarian. And even in a small town, there were only 12 members in his club, so every 12 years he was president. But in any event, I joined Interact Club, which was started back in about '66, which was a high school Rotary Club, and got involved in that. And I think that, and my mom and I were, and family were involved in the church there in our little town. So, you know, we were always we were Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts and, you know, doing things like that. So we were always kind of involved in community service and with church and this and that and the other. So when I came to Myrtle Beach, I had already been in Rotary since 1972, right after I got out of college. I was a Rotarian until here until 1985. I was a Rotarian and a Sertoman. And in Greenville, we were involved with the United Way. Our company was. And very involved there, and very involved in the chamber. And so when I came to Myrtle Beach, I was a Rotarian, I was a chamber volunteer, and I was also in the United Way, like I said. So we were, it's just something I was always interested in doing. So after I joined the Rotary Club in 1983, I joined Sertoma, and basically couldn't do both effectively, so I actually dropped out of Rotary and became real involved in Sertoma. And then over the years, that club, which started in 1972, has become one of the top clubs in town.
Sertoma?
We don't talk a lot about our club, but we have about 60 members, and we give away in excess of $35,000 a year.
A year, Mike?
To charities. Yeah, we own the PD Speech and Hearing Building on 21st Avenue that myself, I think it was myself and Roger Grigg, Richard Mansell, Frankie Bates drew the plans up, but we were kind of the nucleus back then, and we built that building about 15 years ago, and then we paid for it over a period of years, got the land from the county, and so we donate that in perpetuity to PD Speech and Hearing, which is the national, Speech and Hearing is the national benefactor of Sertoma.
I did not know that. I actually saw that early this morning when I went online. Sertoma stands for what, Mike?
It stands for Service to Man, and it's an international organization, pretty much akin to Rotary, except we don't have the strict attendance requirements that Rotary has.
Right.
We're more involved in getting, you know, having our members being active in the charity functions that we have rather than coming every week. So,
absolutely.
But we have a good turnout every week.
How often do you all meet?
We meet every Tuesday at 7:30 at Akel's Pancake House.
Right.
50 weeks a year. We normally take a couple of weeks off during Christmas.
So you're heading there from here. Well, thank you for coming in.
Yeah, we'll be heading on up there.
That's right. That's right. We're going to be. You'll be obviously we're the reason you'll be late this morning.
That's okay.
You'll be getting in a little late, but
Frank Sloan is our president. In fact, today will be Dr. Richard Young will be our president for this coming year, and he was just inducted last Thursday night. So
is that right?
This will be his first day as president.
That's tremendous. You know, so many things happen. Of course, we're thrilled tomorrow to have Mary Martin, the district governor for Rotary. I believe it's District 7770, a 25-county Rotary area from Columbia this way, 25 counties, and obviously she's traveling all over. You mentioned, I think, Interact or Rotaract or something.
Interact was the high school Rotary Club.
Recognized, and I saw that, and I think I saw that this District 7770 over the last 4 years, it has been 2 of the last 4 years, it's been #1 in the world.
Oh, really?
#1 in the world for giving to the foundation, the Rotary International Foundation. So obviously Mary and so many of the folks here in this 25-county district giving a lot. We're thrilled to get her in here tomorrow morning. And of course, when we think about Sertoma, is that, you said the national aspect there is for speech and language disorders, speech
correct.
and hearing?
Right, and they have a Sertoma Foundation, and you can actually apply to the foundation for additional monies for speech and hearing causes. But in our area, PD Speech and Hearing, which is out of Florence,
right.
actually has this office over here too. And we're able, by supporting this deal, we're able to support speech and hearing, which basically gives a lot of free services to the people that can't afford it. It's not everybody doesn't pay, and some people pay reduced fees. So, and the other Sertoma Club in town actually supports them too. But building that building for them kind of got them one step ahead of the game and being able to service our area's people.
That's tremendous. My daughter's actually been there for therapy, and it's a great location.
Yeah.
We love that location, and the folks there are really dedicated crew. And, of course, the connection to Florence is particularly good as well, to have a good symbiotic relationship there. You've also been involved, real active in your church, Mike.
Yeah, I, like a lot of folks, I was a Baptist growing up, and then after college, my church attendance got a little weak, but I sang in the concert choir in college, and somebody asked me to start singing in the choir at the First Presbyterian, and I reluctantly said okay, but it was one of the best things that ever happened to me.
Is that right?
We started singing in the choir and got involved in the church, and then in I think about 7 or 8, maybe 9 years ago, Bobby asked me to get involved with building the new church, and we talked about it as it's the longest committee I've ever been on, about the same length as Sertoma. But we did a lot of research as to where the church needed to be in the future, and we were lucky enough to get 19 acres from Burrs and Chapin on 21st Avenue, actually on Grissom Avenue over there. And we bought it before the land rush started going on.
Yeah.
And currently we're under construction with the first phase of our facility, which is new offices. It'll have a new school for our Mother's Morning Out, which is a very popular preschool program. And then we'll have what we call a great hall, which will allow us to have services there, have functions, have a kitchen there. And the long-term plan is to build a new sanctuary and then hopefully sell our downtown property and move everything over to the new campus, because there we'll have ball fields, we'll have a life center there eventually.
Right.
The new sanctuary obviously will be right out in front, but it's much more convenient for some of our elder members, because a lot of these older buildings aren't very good as far as dealing with handicapped and folks who have any kind of disability. So we're looking forward to that, and it'll be finished hopefully in January of right towards the end of next year.
So
maybe even in December
2008, is that right?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
And the full completion of everything, the eventual build out, Mike, that could be a 5-10 year thing, or the sanctuary and everything, or
I would hope that in the next 10 years we'll have the sanctuary built, hopefully before that.
Right.
But then we'll be able to have a membership at that location of up to about 4,000 members.
Is that right?